Tandem Nomads, episode 161. Have you been hesitating lately to put out your promotions, put out your product or service out there and reach out to clients in times of recession and in times of high uncertainty? Then we need to have a discussion, and this is what I want to share with you. Hello, Nomad Nation. Welcome to Tandem Nomads, the podcast show and entrepreneurship platform where you can find great inspiration and tips to grow a successful portable business and thrive in your global nomadic life. This is your host, Emel Deregi. I'm a business and marketing coach and the founder of Tandem Nomads. We are obviously in times of high uncertainties. This episode is recorded in March 2020 when a lot of things are happening and a lot of consequences to the coronavirus are being experienced across the world. And one of them is obviously the economical recession that is generated by being forced to all of us stay at home and close businesses while we try to fight the virus. So because of that, I see more and more people, especially small business owners, and even those who have businesses that are not location-dependent businesses, who are hesitant to put themselves out there and to sell. Either because they're very, very insecure, or because they're overwhelmed with all the things to manage in life, especially for those of you who have a family and kids who have to stay home. Or simply because it might feel like really very slimy to be selling right now when some people are struggling to keep their jobs. It is super, super important to fight that mindset that might make you feel like you're in a position of scarcity and a position where you should not be selling, you should not be promoting, you should not putting yourself out there, that because of this crisis, what you need to do now is lock down and stay under your rock until things calm down. Well, Nomad Nation, this is the exact opposite that you need to do right now, and I really want to share with you why in this episode. It is not going to be slimy for you to sell once you understand why it is important to be super active right now in your business. And if you're considering to start a business, to start it now. So if you're listening to this episode right now, at this moment, I hope that it will help you get fired up to be able to see all the potential for you to be able to continue your business or even to start your business if you have not yet. And if you're listening later, I think this episode will definitely be a good, fast backwards to compare to where we are now and where we will be. But I hope that it will be also something that I want to share here. It's more about the mindset that we always need to have when we go through difficult times and challenges. But I do want to specifically talk about the challenge if you are having a small business and wondering how you're going to find new clients in time like these and feeling very hesitant to try to promote things that you might think are not necessary or think that it's not the right time to do so. So obviously, I'm not going to go in every direction here by telling you that I do believe that you absolutely need to push your business forward in these times. You need to sell in these times. This is not the time to stop. On the opposite, this is the time to be full on and fully committed to your business during these times. This is not the time to pause. And if you thought of starting a business and now you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have to wait because we're going through recession, don't wait. This is your big time. I'm going to do another whole episode for all of you who want to start a business. So stay tuned until in 2 weeks. However, this episode is going to as well help you. Now I want to talk to all of you who already have a business, and you might be in few situations here. The first one that I hope is not a lot of you here are those who might have already a business and be directly affected by the recession right now, by not being able to sell your product or service for the simple reason that you can't sell it at the moment because of the circumstances. The first businesses that are touched right now by the recession are those that are very physical, like restaurants, stores that are not immediate that don't sell necessities. So obviously all these businesses are directly affected and really, really damaged right now. So I really have a lot of compassion for all of you who might be in this situation. Some of you might have a partner who's working in a company and feels threatened or maybe already experiencing a pay cut or a forced holidays without payment. So I also want to think about those of you who are in this situation and tell you that I really from the bottom of my heart send you a lot of good vibes and good energies, because I can imagine this is not easy right now. So I know there's also other situations here. Those of you who have a small business, but you don't depend on it. And I also want to talk specifically to all of you here. Those of you who feel like, okay, your small business was not very important till now, and it will be even less important because of the recession. Nomad Nation, if you are in this situation, my big invitation here is to have a huge shift of mindset regarding that. Because if there's one time for you now to step up and show up, it is now during this recession. And I will share with you my 3 big reasons why I think this is the time to be able to show up and increase your business and give it a full attention and full focus. So no matter what situation you are, I hope that this episode will inspire you to find the motivation to keep going despite the difficult times. So I will share with you my top 3 reasons why I think this is the time to sell and to grow your business and even to start your business. But I will not go into details about how to do it. This will require a lot of time. So for that reason, I decided to also create a special webinar to help you know exactly how to market in times of recessions, how to promote your product and your services in times of recessions, depending on what situation you are in. And if you have a business that is really directly affected by the crisis because you technically cannot provide your product or service because of the lockdowns, for instance, then this episode will help you get some inspiration. It's all going to be about how you can reinvent yourself and find opportunities. But I really recommend you to join me in the webinar where I also guide you on how to rethink your business. So if you are interested to join this webinar, go to tandemnomads.com/161 and you will find the link right there to sign up to this webinar. I will organize this webinar in the coming days after this episode is aired, and if by any chance you show up after, I will still share with you either an ebook or a video to be able to still give you some guidance if you listen to this episode afterwards. So no matter which time of the year you're listening to this episode, make sure to go to tandemnomads.com/161 and sign up to get your guidance on how to market in times of recessions. I'm looking forward to help you there, but I do think that in order to be able to learn how to do it, you need to understand some important things here. The first reason why I think it's super important that you show up right now in your business is because we are in crisis indeed. And if you give up right now your business, and if you give up right now giving time and energy and focus to your business, you're actually putting yourself in jeopardy, but also the whole economy. This is the time to contribute to the economy. This is the time to show up. And imagine if everybody gives up right now, our situation will be even worse. So this is my big call for you. This is not the time to stop. This is the time to put the full gas on, because if we all stop, then we will all contribute to making the situation even worse. Nomad Nation, I'm pretty sure that you do want to make an impact, that you do want to support your clients in these times, that you want to be able to give your gift, your God-given gift, your talent, your product, your services to the world in order to be able to serve everybody. So this is your time. You just need to learn how to do it properly, but this is not the time to give up. And if you thought that your business was not important enough until now, where this is also the time for you to make it a priority, to make it a big priority for you to be able to start making real revenue in your business. Why? Because if you are having a job right now on the side of your business, or you are living thanks to the revenue of your partner who's supporting the family financially while you're supporting the family with all the things that are around, I can imagine that it's not easy to manage all of it. But one thing that I've learned, and I've shared that in my previous episode, from my experiences living in times of crisis and in times of wars, is that in these times, human beings are very adaptable. And the level of resilience is what will get you to be able to find the energy to fight back, to fight a situation. So if you are in that situation where you did not feel the urgency to commit to your business, I hope that you can actually embrace this crisis, embrace this recession, so that you feel like you can contribute to the economy by making it an urgency for you right now to put your focus in your business and to be resourceful to make it work for you. Obviously, like I said in the previous episode, and I will link it to the show note of this one, it is super important that you take care of yourself. If you're overwhelmed, if you're feeling anxious, if you're going through so much, I'm thinking about all the parents as well who are homeschooling. It is very difficult. But although we're not at war right now, I really don't want us to embrace a mentality of disaster and war. We can still embrace and cultivate the mindset of a warrior, of somebody who's going to fight to make this situation better. So, Nomad Nation, I hope that you will join me in this effort, that we all contributed together to making this economy bounce back as fast as possible from this crisis by not giving up, no matter how small your business is, and no matter how important you think your business or useful your business is in this economy. I really want you to first embrace the fact that your business is important. Your business is going to help us all rise from this recession if you commit to it and if you decide to be part of those who will contribute to getting back on track. I hope that this first point, you can really embrace it in your core, in your beliefs, because this is the first thing that needs to happen in your head for you to be able to find that energy, saying that you want to contribute to the economy no matter how hard it is. You know, I had to think real briefly of a movie I watched with, it was the movie of, I think, Coco Chanel during the World War, and how, you know, all the men were gone to fight on the front lines, and how actually it was thanks to the women that the economy could bounce back, because they started putting their big pants on and going to work and build up the industry, build up the economy, because there were no men anymore left to work and build up the economy. So I think as expat partners, I know a lot of you who are expat partners, I would love you to try to imagine if those women who were at that time and embrace a little bit of their energy out there of a fighter and wanting to really, and not having the choice. We need to get back at work. We need to contribute despite the fact that there's kids to take care of, despite the fact that it's not easy to juggle all of it. It is time to actually, put up our sleeves and go to work. And side note, by the way, that is what has actually affected and influenced the new fashion for women. Those were the times where women started wearing trousers because their big dresses were not suitable to be able to work and be effective with their busy, crazy days between trying to make revenue while taking care of their families. that's another inspiring story of how crisis can actually generate new opportunities, even in areas such as fashion. But also get resourceful, get creative on how to make it work. I can tell you that I have a few of my clients whose partners have now their jobs being very insecure. And I can tell you that that has fired them up to put the full gas into their business. And while I was feeling super anxious and sorry for them, I got super inspired to see the fire that was in them to actually go back to work and put the energy and focus on them starting to create their own revenue. So I love that they can see this opportunity, that it's their time now to shine. It's their time to be the lead in the family, to create and generate revenue for the family. So maybe that could also inspire you as much as it inspired me. And I know that by watching them, I was so humbled that I was like, I also need to put the full gas on so that I can as well contribute to the economy even more. So I hope that this motivates you, Nomad Nation, and helps you create a bit of urgency without having necessarily to create a sense of anxiety or stress. It's more about the mindset that you want to create in order to find the energy and motivation to make it work for you. It's very important that you don't confuse the sense of urgency with building up more stress for you, because that's not the point. The point here is nourishing yourself with that sense of urgency to find a positive energy for you to fully commit to your business. Okay, so I've made my first point here. The second one that I wanted to tell you is that I've heard some people saying, yeah, people are not going to buy anymore with this crisis. The second reason why it is time to sell is that not everybody is hit by this crisis. Not everybody is going to run out of jobs and money. It is super important that we understand that it's not everybody who's going to be hit by this crisis. And by thinking the opposite, we might create that mindset that will create even more negative effect. So by you really embracing the fact that there's a lot of people out there who are ready to buy, and actually more and more needs because of the crisis that are now being fulfilled with even new businesses, it is the opportunity now for you to actually shine and be able to serve these people who are willing to consume. I want to share with you a survey from a company called Kantar. So they did a survey of 35,000 consumers globally, and they found that just 8% of them, only 8% of them, thought that brands should stop advertising. So you see, this means a lot. There's still a lot of people think that we still need the companies to sell. And I also want to say that for all of you who might feel like selling right now might be a little slimy, selling right now is nearly politically incorrect to do that at this time where everybody's struggling. Don't put yourself into that mindset of scarcity, because it will generate a ripple effect on everybody around you in your business, the clients you serve, as well as the whole economy. So I hope that this number helps you realize there is still a lot of people that are willing to consume. However, here's something interesting. In this survey, they also say that there is a clear expectation that companies should pay their part, with 78% of consumers believing that brands should help them in their daily lives, and 75% saying that brands should inform people of what they're doing, and another 75% thinking that companies should not exploit the situation. So obviously here, it's all about continuing to sell and continuing to promote, continuing to be active on the economy, but being very mindful about how you do it in a way that you actually increase and grow your relationship with your client base and also attract new potential clients. And that is why I organized this webinar, to show you how to do that. So again, if you're interested by the webinar and learning how to do it, go to tandemnomads.com/161. Which leads me to the third reason why you should not stop selling now. This crisis is leading to many new opportunities that we never had before. First of all, I think I need to address one thing I already said as well in the last episode, but just the fact that you're already ahead by thinking of building a portable business and a location independent business, you're already far ahead from half of the economy. A lot of people are not equipped right now to be able to turn their business into a remote business that can serve clients remotely. And if you're listening to this episode, you're already so far ahead. You're probably already having a portable business or thinking about how you can make your business portable. And also, I would say now the word remote, because that's the word that everybody's using to talk about their businesses that can serve clients without being in the same space. So you're already ahead of the trend, because while people are only now trying to learn how to use tools like Zoom and other applications and softwares to be able to provide their services virtually, you're already ahead. So think about the opportunity for you and the time you are saving right now by being here and taking action right now. So on top of the opportunity that you have from your situation, this situation has created so many new businesses. I've seen health coaches grow their businesses during this crisis. I've seen yoga teachers suddenly turn their location-dependent business into an online business. I've seen also a trainer going completely viral. He has now 3 million followers on Instagram. His name is Joe Wicks, and his account is called, I think, the Body Coach. And by helping parents right now who are stuck in their houses with their kids because of all the homeschooling and the schools being closed, he really brought so much joy to the families to have some activity at home while they were locked up in their houses. And thanks to that, his business has just boomed, and he's now featured in the media and everywhere. So I want you to seek here for opportunities, because this is the time for you to also serve those who are in need for something new, who have some difficulties, some problems, but also some needs and desires that you can help them with. So in the webinar, we'll also talk about that, how you can brainstorm on that and figure out what can you provide to your current clients or create new products that can serve people who are developing new needs because of the current situation. So this crisis is actually your opportunity to turn challenges into great ways to grow your business and build more revenue for yourself and your loved ones. I love this quote from Albert Einstein that says, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." I hope that I can leave you with this quote, and that you can find that motivation, that drive to find a way to make it work for you, even if you're super busy, even if you're already so overwhelmed with everything that's going on. Find out how you can make it work. Find out how you can work together with your partner if you're in partnerships. Find out how you can build a community around you, even if it's virtually, to support you. Find out how you can make it work so that you can really give it full force for you to commit to your business. And if you want to know how to make it happen, again, go to tandemnomads.com/161 and join me for this webinar of how to market and sell in times of recession. I really truly believe that this is really an amazing opportunity for all of us to rise as leaders, as individuals, as citizens, and entrepreneurs and business owners. I hope that I made my case, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. And maybe there's other reasons that you can think of. What other reasons can you think of that this is the best time for you to start selling and growing your business? I'd love to hear your feedback. So go to tandemnomads.com/161 or find me on Instagram or Facebook. We also have a Facebook group, so you can find it in the show notes of this episode, where you can exchange with the rest of the community. Nomad Nation, I look forward to meeting you in the next episode, and stay tuned to turn your challenges into great opportunities, especially in these times.